Hey, I'm Crystal, and I'm here to talk to you guys about my series TBR for the year 2016. Yay! I have a lot of series to try and get through, at least start or attempt to start. I don't know if I'll get to most of these. My goal is at least, 3, but I have a list of 5 series for the year of 2016 to get to, basically. So, at number 5 here on my list is the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. I actually have the first book. I found it used at Half Price Books. It's just, one of those series that I thought about getting into at one point, and then I just kind of put it on the back burner and figured, oh, I'll get to it eventually. I want to at least start that series this year because I've heard the later books in the series are really, really, really good, and it now intrigues me, and I've seen the characters in some other forms, as in the movies, which I didn't actually mind, but only because, as I've said, I didn't read the books yet. The next series on my list here is the Lunar Chronicles, which I believe just ended this past year in 2015. This series has literally been on my list for like 2 years to at least start, or attempt to start. I've tried to get the first book, Cinder. I believe that's the first book for a very long time now. Every year on my birthday for the past like 2 or 3 years, someone has recommended it to me, and just every time I'm in a bookstore, I almost get it. I almost do, but I was being a little bit of a book snob the last time I was in a Barnes & Noble, and it was the paperback, and I really want the hardcover because it's really pretty looking. I don't know, I'll get to it very, very soon. Hopefully, I want to try and start the series this summer. Maybe I can start and get through at least the first 2 books in the series. I'll see. Number 3 on my list, actually a series I feel like no one else has really read except maybe me and a few other people because it's come and gone, and there's now spin-off series and ebooks and all that. But it's the Beautiful Creatures series by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. And I remember hearing about the series so long ago, and then next thing I know, it's on the fast track to a movie, and Warner Brothers was doing it, and the movie came out, and nobody liked it. I didn't mind elements of it, and as a movie, I thought it was okay, but the book series, I've just heard such great things, and I loved the first book whenever I read it. I really, really did. So my goal is to continue the series and hopefully finish it, or at least get through the first 3 books. I actually own all the books now, so maybe I can get to them. I'm going to start it over later this year at some point, and we shall see how that one goes. Number 2 on my list of series to TBR for 2016 is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. Is it Moss or Mass? But the Throne of Glass series, I've heard such great things. It's fantasy, and I heard since I like Game of Thrones, I've heard, if you like it, and if you like Game of Thrones, you'll like the book series of Throne of Glass. I don't know, maybe because of the fantasy elements, but I really don't know a lot about this series. I believe there's like an assassin named Selena, and there are kingdoms, and there's a war. I don't really know a whole lot about the series, just because it's been one of those. It's also kind of been on the back burner for me, but really, really, really want to get to this book series, hopefully within the next month or 2, maybe within the next couple months. My goal is the next 6 weeks. I've been in this weird reading slump, so maybe that can be one of the next things I pick up. I don't know yet, but I'm so excited to read that. I've heard such amazing things about this author, Sarah J. Maas, who has written so many books already, and I can't wait to get into everything she's written and get into these book series. Yeah, I definitely want to get to this one. I'm probably most excited to read this one almost as much as the first one on my list. And the book series I have at number 1 on my list to get to is the Fallen Kingdom series by Morgan Rhodes. And this series is, I believe, high fantasy, also similar to Game of Thrones, in the sense of, fantasy and magic and mysticism, I guess, if that's a word. Fallen Kingdoms, to me, just sounds crazy in a land where magic has been forgotten, and, like I said, also a series I don't really know much about, but it's been recommended to me within the past, I think, 6 to 8 months, and this one also been on my radar a little while. My goal is to at least get to the first book in the series within I don't know. I want to try starting it this summer. We shall see how my goals are with this, but I can't believe some of these book series that I haven't heard of before. Like, why haven't I heard of these? Why not? I'm, like, not in the know, and I kind of want to be in the know of these series. Really, really want to read more series this year. That is one of my goals, to at least start a series and finish it. I'm getting through the Mortal Instruments series. I'm getting through that. I'm finishing up some trilogies. I've been in this really weird reading slump, which is why I haven't posted any videos. It's not that I haven't been in the mood to read, I just mostly haven't had time, and I don't like that. Like, I love reading, and I really love fantasy. If I haven't mentioned anything that you want to recommend to me, you can leave a comment down below, or if you've read any of these, which most people have, because I'm the slowest reader apparently in the universe, we can talk, chat. I'm all over the internet. You can find all my links to my social medias down below, and I hope to talk to some of you guys in the comments or just really soon.